What if CEOs could save money while doing good? What if there was a way to set the company up to win more business? Well, we know there is, and it's called a diverse and inclusive company culture. But it cannot be built on sand. And some organisations think they've got there, but this is what the research is telling us. CIPD in 2020 showed that 1 in 4 employees are experiencing discrimination at work today. Accenture in 2020 showed that 3 out of 4 employees will actively research an organisation before they consider joining. Gallup in 2017 showed that 67% of employees are disengaged in work today. These 3 things alone cost a business with 1,000 employees $3.2 million a year. Now let's take a moment to look at the market conditions. Across the EU, we have organisations being excluded from public procurement because they can't evidence their diversity. We have financial services companies being mandated to report on diversity, culture and risk, with accountability squarely sitting at the table of the CEO. And this is not going away. We have Black Lives Matter, we have the Me Too movement, we have gender pay gap reporting, and now we have COVID causing workforce disruption. All of these forces are outside the control of the organisation, and CEOs are seeking ways to respond. And inclusio is ahead of the market, and now is the time for a radical, scientific, evidence-based approach to tackle this head-on, and that's what we've built. 4 years in the making, within the ecosystem of DCU, we have created something that is truly unique. A cutting-edge software combining technology, psychology, and artificial intelligence. And through the collective voice of the people in the organisation, we deliver scientific, evidence-based metrics around culture and diversity and inclusion. And we've linked them to business KPIs. Now let's take a moment to look at the opportunity. According to Time in 2020, companies are spending an average of $8 billion across the globe on diversity efforts. And we've identified 14,000 of those organisations. And if we convert 300 of those over the next 3 years, we will have built a 17 million business with a 64% profit margin. We have 8 beta customers that if we convert 50% of those, we'll have a 23 million business. And we have 65 customers already on our pipeline. And we have the team to deliver. We have a team, a global team, diverse skills across the globe. We have 3 founders with core expertise in tech, in startup, in product delivery, in psychology, and in commercial sales. And we're here today to seek investment, to accelerate our route to market, and to deliver 1.6 million over the next 18 months. What if you...
That is time. Thank you very much, Sandra. And I want to ask you a number of questions about a presentation that's very different to anything that we've heard so far today. First of all, how difficult is it to persuade Irish companies of the need to invest in diversity?
Well, it's not really about persuading them anymore, Matt, and particularly with financial services organisations, because CBI and European legislation has now mandated annual reporting on diversity and inclusion and culture. And we're starting to see that now. It's not just financial services. We have shareholders, we have investors, and we have board of directors now demanding that companies evidence good culture and evidence their efforts around diversity and inclusion. I think I've spent 13 years in this industry, leading on diversity and inclusion, and I think in the last 5 years we really have seen it becoming a real priority for organisations. And do businesses see it a bit like payroll software? Give them the software and that'll do the job for them? Well, that's not really the way that our software works. You know, our software is very much around empowering the people in the organisation to signpost and provide feedback to the organisation around what it is they need to do specifically to create a good culture. So it's very different. We have very deliberately focused on building software that people want to use. We've very deliberately built software that empowers the people in the organisation to drive the cultural change. So it's actually quite different to anything else that's out there at the moment. Is there a minimum size for a business for which this needs to apply? Well, we've focused on the enterprise market because that's really where the big focus is on diversity and inclusion at the moment. But our pipeline, we have customers from all different sectors and all different sizes. So I wouldn't allow that be a barrier to come and talk to us. Sandra, thank you very much for joining us today.